guys, man, thank you for tuning back into the channel. If you're new, make sure you hit that sub button down below to be notified for every single video that I do drop, man. And how you know you're notified, man? And when you hit that subscribe button, you gotta make sure you hit that bell. Once you hit that bell, make sure you hit subscribe. You know what I mean? Make sure you hit all, my bad. And also go follow the Instagram. The link is down below in the description, man. Once we get to 100 followers over there, we definitely gonna start dropping some awesome content. If you want to donate to the channel, the cash app is right here. Shawn to Inspire. You can scan it with your phone. I take any donations, man. And also, guys, I'm sorry I've been gone for 2 days. I've been very busy. I kind of needed a mental break from a lot of stuff, man. But I am back. We got part 1 today, and I'm dang on sure gonna drop part 2 tonight when I get some time today, man. Without further ado, you see what the title is. It says, "It tried to possess the little girl while she was babysitting." Let's see what this is about, man. Y'all comment down below exactly what you think this is about. Let's get into it, man. Crazy.
Demon, an alien, or something spiritual or supernatural. All I know is for 3 nights straight, something weird was happening in this house, and I was babysitting this little girl. And by the 3rd night, I was like, yeah, I got to go. So here's the story time. Okay, so the year is 2011, maybe 2012. I just know I'm 19 years old, and my sister's best friend and her baby father and their 2 kids moved to this house in Claremont, or like just found this house in Claremont. I was able to move in with them because at the time I had just left college, and the only reason I really got to live there, she's a bomb person, sweet person, but I was 19 and she needed someone to watch her kids. Like I said, she had 2 little girls, so I was basically like living there for free as the in-house babysitter, you could say, right? We moved into this house. Now this house, if you ever been to like neighborhoods in Florida, sometimes it's a neighborhood like the houses can be like in a circle, like there's like a dead end circle and there's like houses around it. So we lived in a house that was in like the circle, right? But when we first checked out the house and we first moved in, one thing I remember her saying was she got the place super quickly and for super cheap. Red flag. If you've ever like watched my other story time where I said I moved into an apartment really quickly and it was like quick and affordable and it was haunted, same thing. So for this situation, she kept saying, oh yeah, I can't believe I got it so like cheap. This was a big house, not no little BS house. This was like 4 bedrooms. I think it was like 2 or 3.5 bathrooms. Like it was a big house, right? Backyard, upstairs, downstairs. Like it was nice. So when we moved in, the first thing that I noticed was whoever lived there prior to us, in the living room when you first walked in, there were like toys left behind, right? And I, until this day, like, always trust your intuition. I didn't feel easy about somebody leaving their kids' toys behind. Like, that didn't make me feel good. Like, and it wasn't even like it was old toys. It was just like some decent toys, like a chalkboard. Like, I don't remember the other things, but it was like a couple of toys were left behind. And I was just thinking to myself, why would somebody leave their kids' toys? And it automatically made me feel uneasy a little bit. But I always follow my intuition, but at that time I'm 19 years old and I'm not as tapped in as I was like I am now. Like now if I feel like something's off, so many things have occurred in my life to where like if I feel like it's off and I'm always right. But in this moment I felt like it was off, but I never trusted myself. So I just was like, oh, that's weird. All right. Okay, so this is where it gets a little weird. Okay, so when we first moved in, I'm sleeping downstairs in the like the den living room area. Like I'm sleeping downstairs, but I always felt uneasy, like, because I was in the den, but I was also right next to that living room that had the extra toys when we first came in. I always felt uneasy in the middle of the night when I used to go to the bathroom, the little half bathroom downstairs. I would have to pass that little, living room, and I would always feel just kind of uneasy. Like, it just felt like heavy energy, right? So eventually, I started to sleep upstairs with one of her daughters. One of her daughters was like 1 year old, still a baby. And the second one was, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 years old. I just know she was going to school. So I would say she's 5, but she's still a little kid. Like she still acts like a little kid. So she may have been going to daycare for all I remember, but definitely was very young. So I started to sleep upstairs in her room. Now her room was the only room that was like, that I remember was painted, and it was painted like lime green. So you could tell it was a little kid's room. So I'm starting to sleep in her room. So me and the little girl were on this one bed. The bed was a queen size bed. So me and her fit perfectly on the bed. So me and this little girl sleeping on the bed. We're going to talk about the first night something goes like something is creepy, I notice it, I mention it, but I also brush it off. All right, so creepy night number 1. I always have to use the bathroom in the middle of the night. I've been doing this since I was a child. Like, I get up in the middle of the night one time and I go to the bathroom and whatever the case may be. Also, I was always growing up, I'm giving you this information because it's important. When I grew up, I was always like afraid of the dark, but I didn't like to sleep with the TV on. Like I would be cool if I had like no sound or like a nightlight in the wall and I could sleep like that. But for some reason in this house, like I did not feel comfortable, so I would sleep with the TV on, with the sound on. So that's something like I'm noticing now. Like I never do that, but at that time, like I did it because I felt uneasy. So I woke up in the middle of the night, little girl sleeping beside me. I walk out the room, I open the door, I go to the bathroom. The bathroom is right next to me in the hallway. Go to the bathroom, I come out the bathroom. Now when I'm coming back into the room, the door is closed. That's the first thing I noticed. Like the door was closed. But the door was closed and it bothered me. Like when I walked out that bedroom, I left the door wide open.
That
There
would
was no
bother me
reason
too,
for me to close the
for
door,
sure.
right? So I noticed like as soon as I went back to the door, it's closed, like fully shut, right? So that made me so uneasy to the point where I went back in the bed. I checked if she was up. I turned on the light and I just sat up for a while. And then in the morning time when her mother came to like wake her up to take her to daycare or whatever, she maybe kindergarten, I told her mom, I was like, last night when I went to the bathroom, I could have sworn I left the door open, but when I came back, the door was closed. Like, this is how much it bothered me. This is why I say if you feel funny about something, like, trust your intuition. But her mother kind of, like, brushed it off, like, oh, maybe it closed behind you, you didn't notice. Like, I was like, okay, but I knew, like, nah, I didn't close that door. Now, don't let me lie to you guys. I don't remember if this happened back to back to back. I just remember this happened for 3 nights. You understand? Like 3 nights, something crazy happened. All right, so the first night was that. The door was closed and I felt uneasy. Second night now, right? It just progressed. I promise you. So the second night, I'm sleeping. Me and her are in the room. The TV's on. And I'm scared because I felt uneasy. So I have the TV on Disney Channel. Okay? I'm just painting that picture for you. I had it on Disney Channel, okay? I need some happiness in my life, okay? So I'm laying down and I'm sleeping, but I'm in my sleep and I could feel like something is watching me. Like, it just feels like something is watching me to the point where I wake up. Like, it's like my awareness woke me up. Like, my awareness said, wake up, wake up, wake up, right? So I wake up, and when I woke up, this little girl is staring at me, and she's like, that close to me. Like, as soon as I open my eyes, she's just staring at me. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Don't let me lie to y'all. I pushed that little girl so hard. I pushed that little girl so hard into the wall to the point where whoever
I ain't lied, I would do the same thing.
was possessing that little girl got up out of there. Okay, I pushed her so hard, but it just came like it just like I opened my eyes and I just pushed her like. So I had to like tell her, I'm so sorry, I pushed you. And then I had to like ask her several times. I asked her several times. Her name starts with an A. So I'm like, A, why was you staring at me like that? Like, why were you in my face like that? Why were you staring at me like that? She couldn't answer. Like, the way she was answering me, she was like crying because, of course, I just pushed her into the damn wall. But she's just like, oh, no, and then went back to sleep. Like, you could tell, like, she didn't know what the hell was going on. Like, she just was like, you just pushed me, but I don't know why.
Part 2 on the way. Part 2 on the way. Crazy, crazy, crazy thing. Of course, that would have been my reaction too, cause like, well, I'm waking up and somebody all up in my face like that. You know what I'm saying? My reaction would have been to push you, punch you, whatever the case may be. So I don't blame her when she done that, cause like, I mean, like, come on now. But this is a crazy, crazy, scary story, man. Who know if the girl was possessed? Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. But when we get into part 2, we're going to get into the juicy stuff, man. Listen, guys. Comment down below what y'all think about this part 1 right here. And once again, You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe, and at the end of my videos, I always say stay inspired, stay motivated, stay grinding. Until next video, I'm out of here. Peace.